Marcus Rashford. Oh, glorious! That is a special one.
Good afternoon and welcome to the United Hour. I am your host, Robert Wallace, and today is a strange day. I think today we'll be doing more of a match reaction to the game rather than the typical show. But we have so much to talk about, so much to discuss, so much pent up frustration to discuss. And with me here is Courtney, the voice of reason.
I ain't think I had no
Cannot
reason. I ain't had no
Cannot
reason today, no.
you
Nah,
have
boy,
none.
I ain't had
Ay,
none
ay,
today.
ay. Well, that is very good. That's very good. I will try and be as reasonable as I can be, being the host. However, um, I would be remiss if I didn't have a small rant, But
Hmm.
Courtney, you are the guest today. I will give you the floor.
Well, the match finish, Man United 2,
Mhm.
Sevilla 2.
Yeah.
A scintillating first half performance.
Mhm.
I do think we could have set a foot wrong. We should have probably scored at least two more goals in that first half. With
Mhm.
the two goals from Sabitzer, it was exquisite. I
Mhm.
couldn't ask for anything more of the man,
All right. Nope. If you're not,
right? Um, Granted, yes, we had some injuries during the course of the game, some forced substitutions, mainly to Varane. But I, I, I can't find any fault in what we did in that first half. We came out on the front foot. We played some scintillating football. Anthony Martial looked like a number nine tonight. Even though
Mhm.
he didn't score, his
Mhm.
link up play was great. And we played the game on the front foot. And going into halftime, yes, coming down to that just before halftime when I think Bruno got the yellow and there are a couple other 1-2 incidents we had in the game. Sevilla did start to claw their way back, but I did not anticipate a second half collapse. I
Mhm.
didn't. Tyrell Malacia's inability to go for that ball in under 12, under 9, under
Mhm.
14, under 15, defending 101. Do
Mhm.
not let the ball bounce in the box.
Correct.
If you're in a position to go for the ball, go for it. Now, some will say that, well, he let it bounce because he thought it didn't, he could have let it go out of play. And I'm okay with that argument. But if you're doing that, you need to be spatially aware.
Mhm.
Navas had no right to get a ball behind it. None.
No.
And worse yet, the ball, the deflected shot comes off you. And I can't fault David De Gea because at that range, there's not much he could do. De Gea is
No.
a great shot stopper, but I
And
didn't think he had them kind of reflexes.
no. And then if you saw the way how he
Mm,
dived towards where he thought the ball would have been going.
mm,
And obviously, well, there was a,
right,
there was a deflection.
right. Um, the second goal, I want to blame Harry Maguire. I really and truly want to, but I can't because
Mm.
there is nothing that Harry could have done to
No.
prevent that deflection. Nothing.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
literally the man hit the man. I can't remember who it is. Rise for the header and put it, and
Yeah.
it literally just ricocheted off him and went in the goal.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah. Mm.
But for that
Mm.
second half display, and I don't know if it is that Eric took his, and we have a problem, and it's a problem that I've noticed with United sides throughout the years. This is not a new problem. We don't kill off teams.
No. No.
We will, after we scored that second goal, you saw where we started to gradually take our foot off the gas. And in the second half, for whatever reason, we did not go and find that third goal. Now, granted, we had 1-2 opportunities that we should have put away. Molasse is guilty of taking a touch in the box where any under 14, under 12, under 9 player is going to put their laces through the ball. He might sky it because he is not a known shooter of the ball. But put your laces straight now. Don't take a touch and take a next touch and then hit a powder puff.
Yeah. I know.
And then we have the injury problems.
Yeah, well, well, that I will. We had to put our whole next section that all for itself, because to me those things have been happening to us since the beginning of the season. Yes, it's partly because of our transfer market business. It didn't we didn't do enough to fill the holes, to fill the gaps. However, I would say this: if we were 4-5-0 up, even though Varane going down again,
Well,
but
Varane has had a
this,
very shaky injury record, even in his time at Real Madrid. So, I'm not surprised. And he's been nursing an injury for a while.
right.
And I think that's one of the reasons why he retired from international football, to give his body the opportunity to rest. 'Cause really and truly, Varane don't have nothing else to win on the international stage. He's won everything there is to win. Varane don't have nothing to prove to nobody again.
No, nothing at all. But the problem is that he has become a somewhat of a liability. You know,
Agreed. Agreed.
already.
Agreed.
Why not?
Shaw is out.
Mhm.
Martinez is now out. We don't know to what extent.
No.
Um, so I am very concerned about the back four that he's going to play on the weekend.
Well, we are back to basics. We are back to 2021. Harry and Victor.
You better let Casemiro play centre back for that game, yeah? So bring Scott or somebody. Right?
But unfortunately, that is how it is. But I will agree with you. We have had an inability to, one, to control games, and two, to kill off games.
I
If
wouldn't
there's
say we've
one
had
thing
an
to
inability to control games. I would say because we took our foot off the gas, we let teams come back in. And unlike other teams in the EPL and other teams across Europe, they would have been smelling blood.
Yeah.
We 2-0 up now. We're looking for 3, 4, 5. We're going to put it on so that when we go back on the return leg, it ain't no way you could come back.
Right. But unfortunately, it feels like a loss, because to me this is a loss.
Yeah, it is a loss.
Because we were 2-0 up very, very quickly. And like I said, I think the fellas in them again got complacent, they got arrogant, they got lazy, and they could not control the game. And we seem to forget this is Sevilla. So this Europa League has been their championship for years now. These guys have grown accustomed winning this cup. So I don't understand how people could take Sevilla for granted. And I believe that the players at 2-0 up took Sevilla for granted.
Agreed.
And now we are paying the consequences of that.
It gets no arguments from me.
Because it was any other team, like you said, if this was Man City, because Man City this year in Champions League beat them 3 comfortably. There was no coming back. It was a comfortable victory. If this was, I would even go as far as to say, if this was Arsenal, they would have won this game 3-4. If this was Liverpool, they would have won this game 3-4. But we have an inability to be ruthless because
Correct.
the best teams are ruthless. The best teams beat you down when you are down. And it's not just about being sportsmanlike. I mean, forget being sportsmanlike. It is to send a message to the players that we don't stop playing until the game is finished.
Correct.
But but these fellas, them like they only know how to play half of the first half and half of next half, but they have no ability to play an entire game, and it goes from front to back. It's like they lose concentration. And I thought that with Marcus out, that certain players would have stepped up, and really and truly say, you know what, he's out. Let me try and do something. And I'll start with one of my biggest gripes of today, Jaden Sancho. This man gave away this ball time and time and time and time and time and time again, and the amount of times that if Sevilla had a better team, we'd have been punished numerous times.
Agreed.
Numerous times. And it to me, the team that seems sloppy. Martial was actually playing good football, being a striker up front. He was doing well. He was doing link up. He was linking up play. The goal with him and Sabitzer.
Master class of a pass, boy.
Right.
Master class of a pass.
And then we were 2-0 up. And this is where mature teams say, hey, let's go. But to me, these are a bunch of children. Again, Anthony is my boy. But oh God, you with your blinking right foot.
Well, he realized the one play that he actually went on the right. Because the man square up and the man realized, all right, cool, we're not going to let it come in on the left foot. And he created a half a yard of space, cut back the ball, and nobody was there to put in the tapping because nobody expected that he would have gone on the right.
But you should. You're from Brazil. I'm sorry. I have this problem with Brazilian players coming to England and can't beat a man.
Well, unless it's a defender or something.
Yeah.
Then
but to me, Anthony never should try to beat a man.
I can't.
One on numerous occasions, and to me, he always chose to pass. Beat the man.
There was one where he cut inside and he hit wide, and there's another one he cut inside and he hit the post. Now, everybody knows that they're going to cut. Now, the only person I know who has successfully done that cutting on the left foot from the right side, and 9 times out of 10 he going on either hit the target or he going on score, is Aaron Robin.
Yes, correct.
He is the originator of that move. He owns it. So while I want you to be Robin-esque,
yes,
give a little bit of David Beckham too now. Swing the right foot now.
Yes,
go please and thanks.
Right foot. Because people have now figured out Anthony has no right foot. So
he realized there was a breakaway and he had 4 defenders converge on him. From the time he turned and he put it on the right foot and he sat on the road, 4 Sevilla defenders went around him. Because they realized he's not going to use his right foot to get the outlet.
Exactly. So they have not figured it out. And again, it shows your lack of creativity. To me, I go back to the constant losing the ball. To me, it had 2 bright spots in this game. You had Sabitzer and you had Martial.
No, you had 3. I will give Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yes,
looks very good at right back today.
Yes. And I'll do that. Yes. But again, it's just this. We lack the means to destroy teams. And you remember the FA Cup.
Mm.
It took Fulham to go down to 9 players for us to come and win that game.
Right.
And even at 9 players, we Fulham was still getting chances to score, which
Mm-hmm.
which baffled my brain.
Mm-hmm.
You are 9 players to 11. You should not be getting any chance to score. The same thing with the final with Newcastle. We were up, but yet for some reason we never put the foot on the gas
And
and
kill off
allowed
the
Newcastle
game.
to come in the game.
Yeah.
You know, and that has been our problem to me for this whole year. I mean, we have this inability to learn to control games, to take games by the scruff of the neck and beat teams.
Mm-hmm.
And today, unfortunately, it came out to bite us.
Correct.
It was because now we have to go back to Spain and beat them. Whereas before, if we were 3-4 and up, all we had to do was go to Spain
I
and
get
draw.
you.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have to go there. And we have no Bruno. Because he decided that he to playing volleyball instead of football.
Nah. No. Hold
And
on.
then
Hold on.
no, just think. One does that, but two, I go back again to referees. What is another referees? That was not a yellow card. To me, that was never a yellow card. But I believe that the man wanted to give him a yellow card because he knew if I give him this card, he out. If I'm
I
wrong, tell me.
I know about all that. I agree with you. It's not a card. I
Mhm.
I and I think Bruno more got the yellow for how he reacted to the call
Mhm.
versus him actually handling the ball. So yeah, I think that's the only logical explanation I could come up with for the ref giving him a yellow on that play.
Mhm. Okay. So you
Right?
don't think that it was a conspiracy?
I
Because I
no.
believe I believe I believe that is a conspiracy
I
against
I ain't-
us.
I ain't getting into that conspiracy talk with you tonight, Robert.
I want to hear from Darren because I find he always on the board as though he's always on their side. I want to hear Darren talk about this because to me this made no sense. It was very obvious. It was the first. It was his first infraction for the game,
Mm,
and it wasn't even that bad. I mean, give the guy a warning and then say, Bruno, next time you get a card,
mm.
you know. But it was just instant card.
Well,
So
the
where
ref was a little car happy today. Eh? He was a little car happy. But
that's what I'm
as
saying.
some of the commentators did say that he was being inconsistent with because there was another play that a Sevilla player handled the ball and didn't get a card. And
Mm-hmm.
the commentators were like, well, Bruno got a card in the first half, so I don't understand why
Mm-hmm.
he not getting a card now.
All
But
right.
again, the refs are humans, they make mistakes. It's unfortunate that Bruno was the recipient of that particular mistake, but it is.
Uh,
We boy, look at this comment now, boy. Men loose out here, boy. Which perception, sir
oh,
or ma'am? I
uh,
would not like my club to end up like Barcelona and pay no referees. I
no,
rebuke
no, no.
that.
Yeah,
We not on that.
we don't
We
we
go
don't do
take the
that. We
bad
don't do
call
that.
and press on.
We don't do that. We don't do
But
that.
off here, Robert, we were discussing you were going to ask me a question.
Yes, and I'll put this to everyone. Is it time for us as fans to start to put blame at the feet of Eric Ten Hag? Is it time? I'm not saying no. I'm not saying Eric out. I'm not saying
Mm,
that. I'm just saying, is it time that we start to examine Eric Ten Hag's tactics? And I say this for a couple of reasons. One, his teams has had a running theme with this lack of killer instinct. Because I remember he was with Ajax and he was playing Real Madrid. they were beating Real Madrid. They had Real Madrid down 3 counts, and they allowed Real Madrid to come back into the game. And what happened that year? They went on to win Champions League. The same thing again happened with Spurs, with Tottenham Hotspurs. Again, they were on top. They were on top of the game. They allowed Tottenham to come back into the game. Tottenham reached the final and played Liverpool. They did not. Now he's here, and for this entire season, we have had this nagging problem where we cannot, if the game is not going our way, even though we are one up or two up, we don't know how to raise another gear to beat teams 3, 4, 5 nil, unless the game is going our way. So is it time for us to really and truly look at Erkenhag and say maybe it's not just the players now, maybe it's him.
I can't agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that because
Right.
the coach will outline how he wants the game to play,
Mm-hmm.
but the players on the field have to go out and execute. So if you are a player on the field and you realize, okay, we need a third goal to secure this, you as a consummate professional is supposed to go to your team, and that's what your captain is there for, to go to the team
Mm-hmm.
and say, hey, Ole, hey, we need to pick it up. We need to pick it up again. Um, Good night, Grill.
Good night.
And I don't think we have that kind of leadership in either Bruno or Harry. We don't have
Mm-hmm.
that Roy Keane-esque person who will take the game by the scruff of the neck and rough up the team and say, hey, Ole, get all act together, let me do this thing properly now. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have that commanding presence on the field. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I wouldn't. I don't know if to blame Ten Hag because
Yeah.
I'm watching a comment here and they're saying how he only has one plan, but I don't see that in his game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Granted, today he made. I don't think he made any questionable substitutions at
Well,
the point because
no.
let's be fair. Anthony was getting into some rap with that. The fellow was playing right back.
Right.
They had 1 2 bumps, and in order to protect
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, he took him off. Marshall,
That I did not agree with because to me, I think you should have. I think this game was a game for him to stay on. I think because I think at 2-0 up, he made too many changes that to me dropped the level of the team because we brought on Ilanga. I
Anthony,
believe it was Ilanga.
Pilestri.
Um, Pelestri. No, Pelestri came on after. When he made the first three,
It was
I know he brought on Harry at halftime, and then he
it
brought
was
on three
right.
altogether.
So it was Ilanga, Wenghorst, and who
Yes,
boy?
we had Bangalore Warehouse and my word, I don't know why am I blanking for, but it was three players he brought on all at once, and he took off Sancho, Martial,
And
and
Ericsson.
Bruno. Yeah, Ericsson. Yes, right, correct. Yes, Ericsson. Right. And to me, those substitutions dropped the level of the team. Even though yes, Sancho was playing, to me, in my opinion, he was playing poor.
But Sancho didn't have a
Right.
bad game. I think
Uh,
Sancho's
he
problem
was
was
giving
that
away the ball too often. To me,
he
he
wasn't
was
taking
not
on the man.
right. But he was doing good going forward. But he wasn't
He wasn't
keeping the
clinical.
ball right. Yes, one. Yes, and then he wasn't keeping the ball properly. So
Okay.
I understand why I took him off. But for Ilanga, to me,
Yeah,
it
but
dropped the level.
okay, but
But I don't know
again,
why.
there's
Mm-hmm.
no Garnacho because
No,
Garnacho would
no.
have been there. So
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
Pilistri hasn't played much games
No.
in this throughout the season. So Ilanga is the next best option.
Right, yeah. So as I said, I understand the substitution because of obviously when we have no one else.
Mhm.
But to me, that substitution did bring down the level. Because even though we were trying to score,
Mhm.
we weren't scoring. But I think if he had kept on um at least maybe
Anthony.
Anthony,
Mhm.
right, for the whole game, you bring on Pelestri, all right? You don't bring on Langler. You bring on Pelestri in change of Sancho.
Mhm.
You bring on Ericsson, yes, because you wanna keep Bruno off and Sunray Bruno was on a card. So I
Well,
get why.
no, I
But
well
even
Bruno
that
was
and all to
out.
me made no sense.
Bruno was out for the next game, so
Right, yeah.
I think he was more saving Bruno, trying to give Bruno a rest.
Yeah.
So I can't fault the substitutions that he made. Harry was
Mm-hmm.
a four substitution, and the other three at the point in time made sense. Now I will agree
Mm-hmm.
with you that bringing on Ilanga and Pelestri and Weghorst at the point in time kind of well drop the levels. But he needs Ericsson. He has to give Ericsson minutes. So Ericsson was going to come on at some point. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Martial is now coming back off an injury, so he's going to limit the amount of minutes that he played. And he had a pretty decent first half. So first half into the middle of the second half when he came
Mm-hmm.
off. So I expected that he would have given him a rest around the 60th minute.
All right.
So again, the Anthony thing, I could see why he did it, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he's not aware that his teams are not killing offsides.
No. But I would say I agree with Anthony for Weghorst because I remember on the show a couple weeks ago I did say maybe we need to try. I said once Anthony is fit, you bring on Anthony to start and then you bring on Weghorst to end the game. Because I mean
Mhm.
Anthony is now coming back in, all right? So you give Anthony the 60, 65 minutes, and then you bring him off and you bring on Weghorst. Because he's a very different type of striker.
Mhm.
He may not necessarily score you goals, but he will cause enough ruction in the box. He will cause enough confusion. And he does know, the basics. He knows how to hold a play. He knows how to link players. You know what I mean? So it'll be a very different type of striker, you
Mhm.
know, to Martial. You know what I mean? So that to me made sense. But I still think that those substitutions brought the level down because from once those three players came on, we took off Bruno, who again, despite him playing deeper, he had more space to ping those passes. And despite Sancho giving away the ball, he was still going forward. He was still taking on his man, and he was
Mhm.
still causing enough confusion.
Mhm.
So to me, like the levels dropped, and once the levels dropped, Sevilla, because if you notice, the manager kept bringing on players to attack.
Mhm.
It was not to defend; it was all to attack
Mhm.
because he brought on another striker. He took off their striker, brought on another striker. He brought on another midfielder. He brought on players because he realized that if we score one goal, the game is on.
Right.
You know, and this, I mean, and again, to the team's credit, they scored one goal, and I will put all the blame, unfortunately, straight on Malacia because, like you said, he had no right to pass
Mhm.
you. You don't let the ball bounce, and then it was like they were panicking,
Mhm.
and I think he panicked. He got past you, and then you stood off him. He hit the ball in the hole. It came up for you. move to here, and then that was a goal. And once that scored, to me, I knew in my heart that the game was done because
Mm.
I don't think we had the players on the field
To go
to
for
come back.
a third.
Yeah, for a third.
There's
Or
a
to even defend.
mm, there's an interesting comment by Mr. Batiste here.
Mhm.
He has an interesting point though.
Yes, you know, and you see, the thing is, and that's why I asked the question: is it time that we question Eric Ten Hag? Because since the beginning of the season, we as fans have yet to question him. And when people have, they have been met with venom. They've
Well,
been met with how dare you even question. So is it time now that we question him now? Because
well,
we have
I,
seen the evidence. Because this is not a you know a one-off game.
mm,
These kind of performances have been happening for the
mm.
whole season.
Yeah, but Robert, if
Mhm.
all right, I'll put it to you this way:
All right.
if it was Ole, we would have had, we'd have probably been worse off. If it was
Yes.
Ralph, we definitely would have been worse off.
Yes. We won't be here. We won't
If
be
it
here.
was
No.
who was before Ole, if it was Jose,
Mhm.
I don't think Jose would have gotten the kind of response that Eric has managed to get out of the players.
No.
If it was who was before Jose, boy.
Van Hal?
If it were well, boy, if it was Van Hal, yeah, problems.
Right. Right.
So if we look at the track record of the coaches that we've had versus to what we are playing now, we are playing a much better brand of football.
No. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll something after, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, we have not had that killer instinct, but that lack of a killer instinct has not been there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as the team grows and we get more pieces in place, we will eventually get there. It may not
Mm-hmm.
happen this season, and I don't anticipate it's going to happen next season. But by Eric's third year, we're supposed to be getting that killer instinct
Mm-hmm.
if all goes well and according to plan.
Right. Well, yeah, because I mean, if all is if we are led to believe what has been in the press, the Glazers, pulling their
I
hand.
but I tell all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I sat in this chair and I
Yep.
said to Chad, the
Yep.
Glazers ain't selling. All of this
Nope.
is a show.
Yep.
I would tell you something. If
Mm-hmm.
Eric did not get us back into Champions League this season, they would have sold.
Yeah.
But the mere
Mm-hmm.
fact that Eric is on the run that he's on, and we still
Yeah.
in contention for two additional trophies, them ain't
Mm-hmm.
selling. Them wait until
Nope.
the end of the season to see what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go because anytime we get back into Champions League, and
That's it.
anytime we win the FA Cup, money
Yeah.
better price go up.
Of course, because I have been saying until this is not a sure thing, unless the ink isn't dry on that contract, I don't believe nothing because I find too many of us have been thinking about, yeah, don't worry, next season you go buy Mbappe. Like, partner, calm down. The club had not been sold.
Buy
But
Mbappe.
people acting as though the club
Where we
already
gonna
sold.
where we gonna put Mbappe, sir?
Yeah, that's why I say
We
it.
need a centre forward. We don't need another wide forward. Mbappe,
No,
for all that he
no,
is one of the greatest players of his generation,
hmm
he's not a centre forward. We need a centre
no,
forward.
exactly. But and that's what I'm saying. Like we can't. And to me, the reason why I asked about Eric is because again, people, a lot of fans are assuming that the club is going on sale, so they're already thinking about
Next
the next
season,
window. Where I'm saying and you are saying, people, until that club not sold, we cannot think about next season as though we have a bag of money. Think about it as business as usual on the
Hmm.
Glazers as usual. So
Correct.
so again, I have to question Eric now because if God forbid, and people could say what they want, and Chad did say it like a few shows ago, but I say they don't care. You feel that they care if they don't sell and we riot? They don't care because
You know?
the stadium will be full for the first game,
Correct.
right? We will be playing Wrexham in June or July
Mm.
in
July.
America, right? July.
Hmm.
The man done already got Ryan Reynolds to appear on the screen. We are gonna push that game from now until July,
Well, tickets
right?
don't go on sale. What you saying?
That's right. It will sell out. You
Correct.
feel that these guys know what they are doing. They know how to play fans like a fiddle. They are a well-oiled machine. So even if they don't sell and people get mad, we will get mad. We will all get mad. But I guarantee you, on the first day, on the first of the brand new season, Old Trafford will be sold out. They
Correct is
don't
right.
care. So that's why I'm asking now if Eric has it in his mind. I mean, is he playing for this season, or is it that in his mind he's thinking we will get new owners and I'll get money.
No, I think he's focused on this season. I
Mhm.
think he's focused, wholly and solely focused on you know.
And yes, I will agree with this. He offensively, yes, but I would say defensively, he has been good, yes. I think offensively, he has been good. I think the disconnect is control. We don't know how to control games, and we don't know how to end games. Like, we could score a goal, we can score two goals, but like we can't pass that two-goal threshold and hit a team 4 and 5 and 6. When we have to do it. And the I know the problem will come like games like this where you have a team who wants the game more.
Hmm.
So, and to me, even at 2-0 down, Sevilla were always in the game
Yeah.
because we allow them to be in the game.
Correct.
Mm. And this is a
Well,
problem I think that Eric needs to fix. And so then that's why I want to know, is this a problem with the players and their mentality, or is this a problem with Eric and his mentality?
no, I think it's on the players, and I will
Mm-hmm.
say that because they're the ones on the field. Eric isn't on the field. Eric could shout from now till never on the sidelines for you to do something,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to do
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So the players have to take it upon themselves to kill off games
Yeah.
because Eric instruction is obviously going to be go out there, defend well, score goals.
Mm-hmm.
But if the players who are on the pitch not executing or not taking their chances, then how can you then blame Eric for that? Because the
Yeah.
Eric will take out the player who we think is not playing or not
Mm-hmm.
not doing their function and replace them with
Mm-hmm.
somebody else, which he
Mm-hmm.
did today. Sancho
Mm-hmm.
was having a little bit of a rough time. He took him out. He put on Elanga. Anthony had a pretty decent game. He took him out. Thing. He even gave Marshall a break and bring on Weghorst
Yeah.
because now Marshall is not ready to run. I guess not ready to run a full 90 yet.
Mm-hmm.
He needs Christian for the runner games. So he has to get Ericsson back up to match fitness. And you're not gonna take off Sabitzer because Sabitzer has two goals. Casemiro is the defensive, is the bold.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the next man in the line is Bruno.
Bruno. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we can't fault any of the decisions that he made today.
No.
You know, Harry. coming, and then at the point in time when Martinez comes off because of the injury, we have
Right.
used all our subs.
Right. So now it's 10 men.
It's 10 men.
Mm-hmm.
At that
Mm-hmm.
point, I guess what we should have done it, and we did do it, is that we went back into the shell and tried to hold the line. But for
Right.
whatever reason, we couldn't hold the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know.
because I don't think because I think especially down that left side with Ilanga and
Um,
and yeah, I
Malasia.
think yes, they
No,
went down that side time and time again because they realized that that was the weaker side. They
no.
realized that.
If I had to make one criticism of his the substitution decisions, I would have played Dalo as left back and taken off Malasia
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because Malasia was having a rough game.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to be overly critical, that is the change that I would have made. So
Yeah.
I would have left on Sancho and changed Malasia for Dalo.
With Dalot, yeah. Because Dalot could play left back, he could.
Yeah,
And he didn't need him to do too much because we were again at the time we were 2-0 up at the time.
correct,
So he didn't need him to really do that much. He
right,
just had to do enough
correct. He could
and
have
hope that the guys in
focused on
front,
more defending.
right? Yeah.
You understand?
Like,
But this
mm,
is, and we saw why today Malasia is not starting because he has lapses in concentration.
yeah.
I could tell you, and the only thing that we just get, only talk we just get show would have never let our ball bounce.
No,
Trust and believe
no,
you to put your foot through it.
no, no, no,
And
no.
on the other end, where Malasia got the opportunity to shoot, trust and
He
believe,
didn't
Shaw wasn't thinking twice.
wham, shoot. And that next thing is like the we that chance was gonna be 3-0. And that
Correct.
3-0 would have absolutely finished the game. Well, because we didn't score, it gave them the belief to say, you know, we are going for this.
Hmm.
We are going for it.
Yeah.
And it just shows to me I think it's just the players keep thinking to themselves, well, if we don't score today, we'll score tomorrow. Well, we'll score, don't worry, it will come. No, it's
Sometimes,
like
sometimes you just had to force it.
yeah, that and to me, I find that they made things too difficult. There were plays where
Yeah.
all you had to do was just shoot, but you wanna be passed, the ball, like just shoot, get yourself in there, just
Hit
shoot. I
a,
mean, do something.
hit a 2P, as my coach man used to say.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
it's so based on the injuries, Robert, who do you think is going to be that starting team on Sunday?
Oh yeah. Well, boys and girls, we are back to our best duo in the world, Harry and Victor. I saw, it's Harry and Victor. We're going back in time again. We're going back in time, Harry and Victor.
Hmm.
There is no one else. Who else is there? You say put Casemiro in the back, but
Hmm.
Casemiro, wait, no, but Casemiro can't play. Because
Oh,
this is lot.
no.
No,
The last game was his last game for suspension, sir.
it,
Casemiro's
it,
back at the weekend,
okay, 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 okay. Okay, all right, good, good, good.
but
But even
Casemiro's a
that,
right footer. As far as I'm aware, Casemiro's a right
yes.
footer. So either
Um,
way,
mhm. But still, you can't put him in defense. You have to unfortunately put him where he has to be. Because if you don't, then that means we are now back to the beautiful combo of Fred and Scott.
nah,
And we
man,
don't
don't
want
do me
that.
that. Don't
We
do
don't
me that.
want that. Do you want
Don't
to
do me
go
that.
back to Fred
Listen
Scott,
to me.
Victor, and Harry? No, we can't do that. No, we cannot do that. We can't do that. Let me let me take Harry and Victor with Casimir in front. I can say, you know what? Cool. But don't give me no Harry. No, no, no. I can't take no Scott and Fred. That can't work. That can't work for nothing. That can't work. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. I no. I can't go back.
So
I can't go back.
give me 11 now, Robert.
I would. I would say, well, obviously they're here. Obviously, I think by default it'll be Malasia again, left back, because they have no one else. I don't I don't I don't see Eric playing Dalo and Wambasaka. I don't see it. So I
Mm,
think it's Malasia again, which, to be fair, I don't mind, because how else is he going to learn?
mm,
Unless you put him through the fire.
mm,
Right. So unfortunately, we are back to Harry and Victor because we have no one else. Varane is injured, and even if it's a small injury, I don't think he'll bring him back for this game on the weekend.
mm.
I think probably he'll come back for Sevilla next
Right.
week. I think so. So Harry and Victor, fun times, fun times. Hopefully we'll lose at least 3-2, because when it's Harry and Victor, you know going on. Pain and suffering. Right, right back. Arno Wambasaka, because I think I think Dalo has lost his place. I
Mm,
think so. I think Dalo is second place now. I think the way how Eric is moving now is like whoever's in form will start.
right.
Whoever not, well, you're on the bench. The midfield three will have to be Bruno, Sabitzer, and Casemiro. Because I mean that
Mm,
is our best midfield three, our best. And then you bring Fred off the bench or Erickson off the bench. The
right.
front three will have to be Sancho, Martial, and Anthony, because Fletcher not ready. And right now, I think Anthony is playing very well. He just needs to learn to use his damn right foot. And if I was Eric Ten Hag, I would tie his left foot to a post and say, the ball now. Every time he uses left foot, I would beat him bad up like dog right foot. I would find some way, some voodoo woman to change his brain. Use your right foot. You because it's so to me it is. Now I know people may say that I'm being too harsh, but
Mm,
you are a professional footballer, right? I don't see how hard it is to bring in a coach to teach you to play with your right foot or your left foot,
mm,
whichever one. Because to me, footballers should be you should be able to play with both feet.
mhm,
You should, because say what you want. When CR7 first came to Manchester, he had one foot. When he
mm.
left, he was playing with 2 feet. Right?
True.
Say what you want about Messi. Messi had one foot, but he became 2-footed. You know what I mean? The best evolve their game. You
Mm,
understand? So for Anthony, he have to learn, because you see it every game now. They gave him the right, say go, you go, but they all know you're not going there. You're going left.
mm.
So it'll be Anthony, it'll be Anthony Marshall, and Sancho.
I can't find no faults in your starting
Because
11. But
yeah,
except for I would have played Dalo and Wan-Bissaka.
mm-hmm,
I'd play Dalo in place of Malasia and play
mm-hmm.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. But I mean I can't remember if Eric has ever used the two of them together. I can't remember. I really can't.
Not that I can remember.
I really can't. I think probably under Ole we did it. Can't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I don't ever, I can't recall. I mean, I could be wrong, but I can't recall Ten Hag ever using Dalo and Wan-Bissaka in the same game. I really can't.
Or playing them together. They would have
Yeah,
either
yeah,
one was either come on to replace the other.
yeah. But playing at the same time, on both sides, no, 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 I really can't. But
The saving graces are hoping that Shaw is back in time for Sevilla.
mhm. Well, the
I
next
hope.
thing, because yeah, because we will need him. We will need him.
No,
Unfortunately,
well,
we
if he
have.
comes back, we will have the left right combination in the hole.
Hmm.
Be it Shaw and Maguire or Shaw and Varane.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, true. But then is but then you see, I don't know if he would start him
Hmm.
because again, just simply because of match fitness. I don't know
Hmm.
if he will do it, but I hope he does because in in reality that we do need to win, and
Correct.
unfortunately we didn't win today, so we have to
Hmm.
go there and win.
Yep.
Now, my personal preference is that we lose the game, we go out of the Europa League, and we put all our basket and we put all of our eggs to win the FA Cup and get
Hmm.
top four.
Okay.
Because you see what's going on. Martinez just happened to just drop down.
Hmm.
I don't know how. I mean, I know how, and you know how,
Hmm.
but I don't know if the people know how. Now, I'll tell the people how it happened. Paul Pogba broke his anus,
Hey, listen,
right?
listen to me. Listen to me.
And the
No,
man used
no,
his
no,
wuju
no,
to
no,
come
no,
and put his
Robert.
wuju on
Robert,
our team.
no,
I don't like
no,
it. Paul Pogba
no.
is a witch. Okay, he's a witch, right? And he has done his wuju on this team, and I don't like it. Paul,
Hold on. The views
yes,
expressed by Mr. Robert Wallace are
hey,
not the
that is
views of
something.
the United Hour,
Uh-huh.
right? Or
Right?
Mr. Courtney Andrews. You're by your
No,
whole self, Robert. I
that's
just let
okay.
you know.
That's okay. No, that's okay. No, I am blessed. No, I am blessed. My house is blessed. You understand? You can't come here
I need
and
to talk
curse
to
me.
President Chad to get a disclaimer. Because no, no, no.
No, but how he just fell. He just fell.
You
He
and
just
CJ just
fell.
come in here with some kind of loose argument, eh?
No, he just fell. How? And just the other day, the man joked about coming back to this team. I'm like, come back where? We don't want you here. We don't want you. You're a witch. This is not Harry Potter. Go and play for
Ro-
Chelsea.
Ro-
All right, go and
Robert,
play for Chelsea. No, 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 no,
Robert,
no, 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 don't, no, no,
Robert,
no, no,
let us not do this tonight, please, sir.
no.
Right?
I tell you, no, no. If
Let us let us not.
I
Right?
don't know. I don't know. I find it was very very unusual. The
Hmm.
man just ran and a blade of grass took him down.
It has
Grass.
happened.
No, it
It
don't
has
happen.
happened.
It's called voodoo. All right, and somebody put a hex on the man. I don't know who,
All
but
right, sir.
we had to figure out who do it, who, because this is not cool. This is not right. It's not right. I don't like it.
Hmm.
But I hope it's nothing serious. I hope we can treat that if not
Well,
that it's not
this
serious.
what from what I read just now, Eric says it does not look like the Achilles tendon, but they don't know what
Mm,
it is. But he's pretty sure it's not the Achilles tendon. He's
okay.
waiting on the report from the medical team. Martinez has to get assessed, and
Mm,
based on that, they will know what the injury is and how long, an
no.
estimated time for him to return. But
Okay.
it did not look good.
No.
Anytime you see a player pull up like that,
Yeah, yeah,
know for
yeah.
yourself,
Hmm.
there is not a small injury.
No, and again,
It
it seems
comes at
as
a
though
horrible time in the season, though.
yes, because it seems as though like players will now coming back, you know, and our best defender just went down.
Hmm.
You understand? We would know Ericsson was not coming back in, Martial not coming back in, and then he just had to go down. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I have to sacrifice the Europa League,
Hmm.
I will do it. I will do
Just
it.
to ensure that we stay in the top four.
Yes, because if you see, the games they're not coming easier, and
Hmm.
nobody is lined up for us again. Nobody.
Right.
So you know. So yeah, but I mean now, don't get me wrong. If we win, I'll be very happy
Hmm.
because then we'll be into the semis, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So then from the semis is just two games and then
Hmm.
a final. So it's when you hit that part of the year where you're in a semi-final, that's where you're saying what you you have to go for that. I mean, you have to go for it because I mean it's just two games. My only concern is that if we do get past Sevilla, and let's just say we get past Sevilla, let's just say that we are able to survive, without Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever we get in the semis, you know, we cannot
It's
carry this
between
attitude.
Juventus and whoever Juventus playing.
Yeah. Who they, I can't remember who they play. I can't remember who they play. But we can't carry this attitude in that game.
Mm.
We can't. I mean, we have to go into that game knowing we are 2 games away from a final.
Mm.
And if it is that very good afternoon to Martin Phillip. Good afternoon. And if we can win the game in the first leg,
Mm-hmm.
that would be huge. But we have to be able to destroy teams. We have to be able to do that. We have to be able to. We have to
Agreed.
be able to. Mhm.
Agreed.
You know, yeah, we have to be able to. So we have come to the end of the show today, but I would like to thank Courtney for coming on.
No
You
problem,
know,
man.
Beanie was a reason you kept me in check. I did not flip out, not once, not
Well,
once.
well, all
You know
right.
what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I mean, today was a very frustrating game. And I think like a lot of fans were looking for players to blame, people to blame. Yes,
Mm.
right. Juventus or Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, I think that game ended up with
Yeah.
a 1-all draw.
Yes, yes.
But double check. I think it's a
So
1-all draw.
yeah.
No, actually,
Now,
they Juventus won 1-0.
okay. Well, yeah. So, but then they start to go back to Sporting to win.
I don't
Um,
know where they play though. Hold on.
I
Where
think
did
I
they
think
play?
I think the first leg was in Turin. I believe so.
It didn't summary. Where this game play, boy? The Allianz Stadium. Yeah, nah, they didn't play in Turin. They play in
Oh,
Spos-
oh,
they play
in
in
Portugal
Sporting.
first.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
okay.
Turin, what's the name of Juventus Stadium again, boy?
I
Can't remember. No, actually they
no.
play in Italy. Sorry. They did play,
Mm,
but they didn't play in their stadium though. Because I don't think they
no,
play in Torino Stadium.
no, 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 no. But I believe the game did play in Italy. I believe
Yeah,
so.
it play in Italy, but they didn't play in their
Yeah,
usual stadium.
yeah. But it don't matter because Pogba not there, so it don't matter. You know, Even though I let me tell you
Robert
something.
Wallace, Robert Wallace. Let's not go down that road. We were closing the show, sir. Let's keep it on track, right?
Right, right. But I would say we have to, as I said, we have to go into our game on the weekend. Positive vibes. Um, Fans don't start to freak out yet. People who say Eric out, you need to relax. I think these are games that would have happened anyway. What I mean? So I think even though yes, it is a frustration, but again, it is all growing pains, and I think we will come out the next end um, far better off. That is what we have to believe.
Hmm.
But we have a game on the weekend. Looking forward to it. So on behalf of everyone in the comments, thank you for coming on. Thank you, Adelaide, for coming on, for Martin Phillips, for everyone for coming on, and the Grill. Good afternoon, Grill. And as Chad always says, Red Devils, we don't die, we multiply. Good night, everyone.